The divorce papers were still warm when she left them on the counter. 15 years reduced to 2 signatures and a silent nod. I didn't argue, didn't cry, didn't ask why. She took that as weakness. Mistake number 1. 3 hours later, she texted me by accident, or maybe she meant to. Hard to tell when manipulation wears perfume. Table for 2 at Bellevue, 8 p.m. Wear that black dress I like. I stared at the screen, thumb hovering over the keyboard. Didn't reply. Instead, I opened a drawer, pulled out the small plastic envelope I'd kept hidden for months. Inside, a swab. Tiny, harmless, but when used correctly, lethal. Her betrayal didn't happen overnight. It was death by repetition. Cold glances, missed calls, silent phones that buzzed too often in the bathroom. She said she was tired, said I was distant, said I didn't make her feel seen anymore. But she always smiled in photos, always posted #blessedwife under fake sunsets and fake laughter. I started noticing things: the password change on her phone, the receipts with only one entree, our son's crooked smile that didn't match mine at all. I told myself I was being paranoid, until I caught them. Together. In a photo. Posted by the restaurant itself. Her, leaning across a table, holding hands with a man in a gray suit. Our favorite table, the corner one by the window. She thought she'd taken everything. The house, the cars, the illusion. But she left me the one thing I needed. Doubt. And that's all it took. I took our son to the clinic 2 days later, said it was a routine checkup. The nurse smiled when she handed me the test kit. It felt heavier than it should have. I didn't rush the results, didn't pace, didn't panic. Instead, I observed, quietly, coldly. I watched how she lit up when his name flashed on her phone, how she shut the door to take the call, how her laughter sounded different now, higher, hollow. She thought I was broken, but I was rebuilding, in silence, in shadow. I found his LinkedIn, senior project manager, married twice, no kids. I found his address, then his wife's Instagram. She hadn't posted in a while. Dead accounts always tell the loudest stories. And through it all, our son smiled, oblivious, innocent. I almost felt pity for her. Almost. The email came late, 11:03 p.m. Subject: Paternity Confirmation, Final Results. I stared at the PDF. My name, my son's, and a line that shifted the axis of my world. Probability of paternity, 0.00%. No margin, no maybes, just a sterile clinical betrayal in 12-point font. I read it twice, then once more. The rage didn't come, not yet. Only the stillness, the kind you feel before a storm, the kind that rewires a man. I printed it, folded it, slid it into a white envelope. No return address, no message, only the truth. And I waited. Not for revenge, for silence. The kind that makes people confess with their eyes before their mouths catch up. Bellevue, 8:07. She laughed as I walked toward their table. It died in her throat. He looked up, confused, smiled like a man who thought he'd won. I smiled back. "Congratulations on your freedom," I said, sliding the envelope onto the table. She didn't touch it at first. He did. He unfolded it, brows furrowed, jaw tightened. Her hand reached, snatched it from him. She read. And I watched her face fall apart in stages. Shock, confusion, denial, then something darker, recognition. I leaned closer, voice quiet. "You left a marriage." Pause. "But you also left a son without a father." Her lips trembled. "I didn't know," she whispered. I stood, buttoned my coat. Neither did I, for 15 years. He didn't speak. Couldn't. They were frozen in place, like mannequins dressed in guilt. And I walked away. No screams, no scene, just truth. Delivered cold. She texted that night, 3 words, "Please forgive me." I didn't reply, not out of anger, but because there was nothing left to say. Some lies grow roots, bury themselves in years, in memories, in birthdays, in bedtime stories whispered to someone else's child. But now I see clearly. He's not mine. She never was. And I'm not broken. Just awake. Final message sent. Read. Delivered. Block. Silence. Freedom.